Now, there are times every year we get some really standout pitches that get like 5 or 6 requests. So, it can get a little long in that section, but they're from agents or editors or publishers. Sometimes we've had people get an agent request and then, or 1 or 2 agent requests, and then an editor pop in and say, hey, when you choose your agent, please have them send it to me. So that has happened before.
Welcome to Storycomic Presents, where we interview amazing storytellers and artists. This is episode 464. I'm your host, Barney Smith of Storycomic.com, and we're excited to have with us the internationally acclaimed and award-winning writer, Johnell DeWitt, and famed author, Michelle Lynn. How's it going, folks?
It's going really good. I love how you give me an upgrade every time. It's awesome.
So this is exciting. So Johnell, this is your second time on the show. And so just so you know, so it's anybody who's been on my show 3 times gets the moniker friend of the show. So, but you brought a guest with us, Johnell.
Yes. Yeah. This is Michelle Lind. She is one of our KidLitGN team members, one of our newest ones, in fact.
Okay.
So we're so grateful to have her on board. She's already been doing amazing work, and everybody's going to be spoiled with everything that she has to offer.
Right. So explain to our listeners and our viewers a little bit about KidLitGN
Stations.
Yeah, and talk to us a little bit about the process then, about how the pitches work.
Okay. So, Michelle, I think you and Ken did one last year, right?
Yes, I did one the year before, and Ken did one last year, and Ken is one of the founders. So we were both, when I enter my pitch, I was just a participant, and now I'm part of the team, which is really exciting.
Right. But I think you and Ken got some interest, or didn't one of you get some interest one time?
Yes, Ken did. Ken got some interest, and I did too. So I think for this year, you can enter your pitch on September 28th at 8 a.m. And then you just, I think there are different categories. You could pitch as an agented author, illustrator, or an agented or you're an illustrator and you have not a pitch, but you have your portfolio. You can also, present yourself that way to agents and editors. And I think you can pitch between September 28th to October 1st. And then after that, the agents and the editors will be coming in and they have the whole month of October to check out all the pitches.
Yeah,
and that's how it works.
That's spot on. Yeah. So we have, like Michelle was saying, we have section 8 that should join us here. So like Michelle was saying, there are 3 categories. There's agented, unagented, or illustrator. And an agent and agent are self-explanatory. The illustrator section is for people who want to pitch a sample of their portfolio because they don't have a project to pitch. And so if you pitch in that section, then you can't pitch a project. Or if you're pitching a project, you can't also pitch in the illustrator section. The interesting thing about the agented section is we get a few people who pitch in there every year, but we get editors going through and looking at those pitches. So it's a really it's an untapped resource for agented graphic novel creators. And Michelle, you and Ken were a success story from an agented section. I think both of you got interest from somebody from there, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and then there are different age groups that you can pitch in. There's the comic style PB. On our website it says GN PB or graphic novel PB, just to make it hopefully clear. And then there's middle grade, early and middle grade, and then YA. We also allow hybrids in any of those sections if they are a mixture of prose and illustration, like say Hugo Cabret, something like that, where they're sequential art illustration, where they have a blend of comics and prose. So that's what it's for. It's for graphic novel creators in all of those categories, all the categories of kid lit that you can imagine.
What kind of success stories have come out of the pitch event so far?
Michelle, you want to talk about yours?
Well, I pitched one of my graphic novel. It's middle grade, and one of the agents liked it, so I was able to submit it to her, and then I got picked up as a client, and now the novel will be coming out fall of 2026. So that is, my personal success story, and I really attribute, this happy outcome to KidLitGN.
So there have been a number of successes. We had about 200 pitches last year, and we had 80 requests from editors, agents, and publishers.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who should consider participating in KidLitGN?
Michelle, I'll let you take that one.
I think any graphic comics creator who has a story that they are excited to share with the world can participate. I think you would need to have, just a fleshed out idea in that you have a pitch, and if you have some graphics to go with it, that would be great. But I think anyone who wants to share a story or want to take a step further in the publishing industry, getting your story out to the world, to the readers, can participate. I think that's one of the wonderful things about KidLitGN, is that it's open to any storytellers.
And so I guess Johnell, this might be for you. Is like, how do you handle the logistics of reviewing and organizing so many pitches?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. Also, we started off as a Twitter pitch event back in 2020, and the Twitter pitch events were fun, but they're really chaotic. And so, about a year or two later, we were tossing around the idea of trying to find some way to move it off of Twitter, just because of the chaos of it all. And this is before it changed to X and before the algorithms got all wonky. So we were very fortunate that we went ahead and migrated to a website to host the pitches. And then for 2 or 3 years, we were doing both. We were doing the Twitter pitch and the website pitch simultaneously. The Twitter pitch was just for unagented people. And it was great because it drove a lot of traffic to our website. So there was a marketing reason to do it that way, because Twitter was really active as far as pitching and the writing community. So it made a lot of sense. But then when the algorithms just made everything messy, we already had our website established, and people from Brazil who were complaining that they couldn't do some of the pitch events were now able to do the pitch events. For example, one of the examples of how that benefited multiple people. It also was less chaotic, which for some of the agents was more manageable. We had one agent who was actually really appreciative of having a pitch event on our format, or on a different format than Twitter, because of the chaos, and not some agents really loved that the dynamic flair that came with pitch events on Twitter, but there were a number who didn't, and so we were able to appeal to all of those agents. And so we set up the website. We had to get a more robust website to be able to. We had to get a more robust website to be able to handle graphics and images. So we upgraded to a business website. We added an add-on that would allow people to post graphics in a nice, clear format. also in the comment section to be able to pitch this up to 600 characters for one pitch. So we just had to tweak some of the functionality of the website to allow people to be able to have their art and their pitch together and create a space where agents can then go in and apply to the pitch by way of liking the pitch that we used to do. So that's where it went to, and I'm very fortunate that we were able to move over before we had to kind of scramble and make something happen. So it was a really seamless transition for us to be able to start to.
So what are some of the biggest mistakes creators make when pitching a graphic novel then?
Well, I can share some of my ideas, but Michelle, do you have any?
I think sometimes not having a really solid pitch. I think there's, economy of words. You only have 600 characters. So you really should nail down your pitch. And then also, I feel that one of the mistakes I made was not having I think it's best if you're going to present graphics is to make sure it's really character forward. I feel like editors and agents are really drawn to strong characters. So if you have a cover, I would include the cover versus like one of the interior pages, because I think something that really pops with a strong pitch, I think would be very eye-catching. And I didn't do that the first time, so it was something that I learned.
Okay. So what types of stories or genres tend to stand out in the successful pitches?
Oh,
I would say high concept.
Yeah, go for it,
I
Michelle.
feel like high concept. I feel something that has a strong hook really helps get their attention. And sometimes it's like, I think edutaining concepts also are good. And I feel that with funny, humorous, also I think attract a lot of attention from agents and editors. I think mostly it's just a very clear, concise pitch and a concept that is very memorable, and make them immediately want to learn more about it and request it.
Well, hey there. If you're enjoying our podcast, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube or leave us a 5-star review on your favorite podcast platform. Your support means the world to us and helps us keep this show going. We love hearing from you, so any feedback is welcome. And thank you for being a part of our podcast family and for all your support. It truly means a lot to us. Yeah. So how can supporters not pitching still engage with KidLitGN?
That's a good question too. So people are not allowed to reply to the pitches. Only agents the pitches, and we do delete people replying to pitches who aren't an agent, editor, or publisher, because we want to keep the thread clean. We don't want people to be scrolling down, and that this was one of the other problems on Twitter, is that a lot of pitches got drowned out because people had a whole cohort of fans and supporters who could elevate their pitch. And so we're trying to keep it as egalitarian as possible and also as clean as possible so that people can go through and see it. Now, there are times every year we get some really standout pitches that get like 5 or 6 requests. So, it can get a little long in that section, but they're from agents or editors or publishers. Sometimes we've had people get an agent request or 1 or 2 agent requests, and then an editor pop in and say, hey, when you choose your agent, please have them send it to me. So that has happened before. So it's a great opportunity for for agents with clients who do graphic novels also to encourage their clients to pitch in the agented section, because they do get exposure with people that they may not have thought about. So, and I don't really remember the question you asked, but I hope I hope that answers it. But yeah, it's pretty seamless. I mean, it's low key. Once the pitches go up, the pitch window ends at midnight on October 1st, 11:59, because that's just easier for people to remember, on October 1st. And then that's it. No more pitches. So agents and editors, they can start viewing the pitches the morning of October 1st. So it's in everyone's interest to start loading in that window of September 28 on up. Because we do get a few agents that are right on it on October 1st, and they are going through and they're liking pitch after pitch after pitch. But then we get people that are later on, or closer to the end of the pitch, sometimes in the middle of the pitch. The whole month opportunity was really helpful, because October can be a very busy month in the publishing industry. There's just some holidays that crop up a lot during that time. And so we would get a lot of out of office replies when we'd send out the invitations to the pitch event. So that was the reason we moved it to a month-long event, and it definitely paid off because we got a lot of participation from the industry last year.
Have you seen a difference in quality of the pitches over time as well?
Yeah. One of the things we encourage people, if they've pitched in the past, sometimes you get the same pitch every year. We encourage them to maybe not pitch the same pitch, to either pitch something different, or if it's drastically changed, then maybe pitch it, because we do get a lot of the same editors or agents coming through. And that was some of the feedback we got from a particular agent. So each year we do end up getting new people from different places. Internationally, we've expanded. I see people following us on our social medias on Blue Sky, is really picking up now for authors and illustrators, and even still on our old Twitter page and on Instagram, we're getting more and more people following us from the UK, from other places, all over the world, just about every continent. And Michelle actually has some really exciting posts that are coming up that talk about kind of the evolution that we're heading to now, as far as like really trying to expand that international reach. So I'll let Michelle talk about that.
Yes, I think even if you're not planning on pitching this year, we have a lot of exciting content on the website that are very, very informative, and such as Barney, you shared a lot of your insight with us, and that will be coming out this year in end of September. So thank you so much. So we have content from story experts like Barney, and I also had the opportunity of interviewing independent comics publisher in Singapore and Southeast Asian comics team, and they share their creative process and how they work together and how publishing works over at their side of the world. And I think it's really just very inspiring to get to know other creatives who share the same dream and just wanting to get our work out there. And it was really terrific. And I think one of the goals of KidLitGN is to connect creatives and industry professionals from all around the world, so we can all meet each other and support each other and learn from each other. So that's one of my favorite parts of KidLitGN.
100%.
Yes.
One other thing I'll add is that we do have some prizes hitting in the month of September that people can participate in, even if they don't pitch. We had a very generous donation by Huon of 4 different prizes. And I'll give you a little secret that tomorrow's is going to be a Canvas 13 Generation 3.
Wow.
tablet that'll be hitting that people can enter to win. Clip Studio donated another 12-month EX license. So that's another one. And there's some other Huon prizes that are coming up as well. So people can enter to win those on our blog throughout the month of September. And they don't have to be pitching in order to do so.
Yeah. What would be your pitch then for the pitch event?
If you have a story, please pitch it, and the world can't wait to hear about it. I don't know if that works.
That's awesome. I would say you have nothing to lose. The event doesn't cost you anything. If you have a graphic novel project that you want to see how industry professionals will react to before you start sending it out, this is a great opportunity to put it up there and get that feedback. Save you some time and save you some hassle. So why not? Take your shot.
Perfect.
Like Hamilton says.
All right. And so remind everybody that they can go to, as we say, KidLitGN.com. All the information is there. There is the link right on the top there for pitching. For unagented, agented, and illustrators are right there. All the information you need is right there as well under /resources. And you also are able to, you have all the list of all the publisher websites on there, all the information that they would need for the resources on there. It's amazing, Johnell. It's you put together an amazing product and something that's great for folks to get their stories out there. And
I have to give a shout out to the KidLitGN team. They are amazing. Ken did a great job on the website. Tim secured all of our domains and set up the Facebook group. And then Urania, she and I edited the website and edited all the text. And she's been behind the scenes on getting that, all the textual stuff up and editing. And then Michelle's got all these fabulous posts that are coming up. And then Sarah, she's new. She's helping out with Blue Sky and our social media outreach. And then Abigail, Michelle's daughter, she's been helping with the posts as well. And it's been so fun to have somebody young engaged in this. It's been a real thrill. And then Nicole, you're going to see her graphics all over our social medias. The graphics that you shared earlier, those are hers. And Sarah's been doing some graphics too. So we have a presence just about everywhere. We're on Blue Sky. We're still on X. We are on Facebook. We have a private Facebook forum for people to get together and throughout the year share tips and information about graphic novels. So that's a great resource. We're on Instagram, of course, and then our website, and then our blog. All of September, each week of September, there's going to be a new prize. And then the posts that Michelle and Abby have been working on are going to hit in October, and those will be very exciting and interesting to read. So yeah, it's a great team. It's a team effort, and there's just no other way it would happen.
Always great talking to you, Johnell. And it was a pleasure having a conversation with you two as well, Michelle. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the next time you're coming back on.
Sounds good. Third time's the charm, right?
There you go. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.